What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a rainy edition of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Profab Headers and Exhaust, and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What is going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
It's raining a little bit.
Yeah, it has been most of the week and most of the last couple months, I think. But we're here. We're dry in here, so.
Thank God. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go straight to the phone already this week. Let's do it here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone, young lady that took home a win in the number 25 Lee Falk Racing Development Toyota this past Saturday night. Taylor Reimer. Taylor, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
We are lovely. We're trying to stay dry over here. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Working on my simulator.
That's what I'm talking about. What kind of sim you got?
Honestly, I don't know. It's a bunch of different pieces, so it's kind of like just randomly put together.
That's what I'm talking about. Doing some iRacing or bigger stuff than that?
Oh no, just iRacing.
Oh, cool. What's your favorite track to run at on iRacing?
Oh boy. Well, I haven't done much of it, but I'd say maybe just Hickory.
Hickory's fun on there.
I actually like doing the Chili Bowl and the Midget. Sounds fun.
I figured you would like that.
Yeah.
I hear a track that you've been to that is our home track over here. Florence Motor Speedway is going to be on there here in a couple. Well, not the next build, but hopefully the next couple after that. So that'd be fun too.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Cool. So what you been up to today?
Oh boy, I've done a lot of things today. I trained this morning at QPC, and then I ran a couple errands, ran a SRI, stopped by Bell Helmets. They moved locations.
Yeah, I heard that.
And what else? I had to do my debrief for the weekend for Toyota, and I watched all my GoPro footage, and then I watched the flow stream. So lots of racing things. That's about it, though.
That's awesome. Well, you just spoke about one of our great partners, SRI Performance over there. Don't you love that place?
Yeah, that was actually my first time in there, and they were really nice. I needed a water bottle, and I was trying to get a side mirror, but I didn't end up getting one.
Did you happen to walk back in that used parts section back there?
No, I was at the service counter, but I did see the used parts section.
There is so much back there. It is absolutely ridiculous. Really? Yeah.
I was kind of overwhelmed when I walk in. There was a lot around.
There's a lot of stuff, a lot of good people up there too. But cool. So, well, I want to just go back to this weekend mainly, and obviously before that, but you have decided, you've been in dirt on dirt forever with the midget and doing great things out there. And you've decided to venture over to the asphalt world. First of all, just how's that been in general?
Yeah, I really enjoy the pavement side of things. I just enjoy trying different things, I'd say. It's been a lot of fun, though. It's a lot different than the dirt. Growing up on dirt was obviously a lot different, but I took some years off and came back into racing.
We won
earlier this year.
Yeah.
We won at Tri-County earlier this year.
That's right. That's what I was thinking. So congratulations, first off.
Thank you.
That is Hickory's
we just needed better starting position. So to qualify on the pole was a big deal in that. And then back to what you were saying about rolling the top, I also have struggled rolling the top, but this week we really got it figured out. And on those restarts, you definitely need to be starting on the top just because momentum is such a big deal in the limited. So we were able to start on the top there and just run away with it. It definitely was a hard fought 25 laps. I was pushing it, 100% for sure.
What would you say though? Does the twin 25 lap college and was a cheerleader and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so I grew up racing on dirt, and then I stopped racing when I was 14 and finished out high school, and then went to college and cheered at Oklahoma University, and
Boomer Sooners.
yeah, Boomer Sooner. But midway through, whenever COVID hit, I just had some free time, and I went back to my local track at home, and I was asked if I wanted to test a midget, and I honestly didn't even know what a midget was at that time. But I knew that I would always get back into racing. I just, didn't really know when, and it kind of just happened, and here I am.
That's awesome. That's an awesome story. So, obviously, this weekend, or what not? Is it this weekend? Yeah, this weekend.
It's this Sunday. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Sunday. That's what I was thinking. You got a ARCA race, another ARCA race coming up. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually got to race it last year, and that was my very first stock car race. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. So it was, it was super exciting to get to run, but I just, wasn't really prepared. And I think going into this year, I'm a lot more confident in knowing, what I have to do. And I think that we can do really good. We fly out on Saturday, and then we run at Springfield on Sunday.
I remember you, I think last year talking, I think it was, who was it? T-Mez, I want to say it was. And he was asking you about a race on a video, and you were like, it obviously not necessarily the ARCA car, but, a little heavier car and with a limited late model. So what's your expectations going into it now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say I definitely want to do a lot better than I did last year. I feel like I can honestly run up front, running with Venturini. They're going to give me a really good car, and I'm having Michael spot for me, so I know I'll be good there. And I'd say I definitely want a top 5, but I think we could get top 3. It's going to be difficult just because I haven't really ran on a rubber down track like that. So obviously besides last year, but now that I have more experience, just making sure that I hit my marks and figure out exactly what the car needs.
Awesome. That's cool. So with all that being said, as we've talked about, obviously your background on dirt and now moving over to pavement a little more. What is your goal? Where is it you're wanting to go? I know some people want to take the sprint car route. Some people want to take the dirt late model route. Some people want to take the NASCAR route. Well, what's the route you want to go?
Yeah, my goal is to race in NASCAR.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing Taylor pretty soon on all these big tracks around here running. I hope to be talking to her a little more about running some truck races or something like that. Who knows what the future holds? So
yeah, for sure. Hopefully so.
Well, I think you're definitely on the right path for it, and definitely hooked up with the right people to make that happen. Because on the late model side, you got some of the best over there, and obviously on the ARCA side, even there, you got one of the best teams out there for sure. So I'm excited to see it myself.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Super grateful for the path that I'm on and the people that I have. Everyone at Leaf Falk Racing has really outdid themselves this year, and just glad to have good people in my corner.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, obviously, Buzzball Cocktail is her sponsor. Who else you got to thank for getting you to this point and helping you out this year or everything?
Yeah, first and foremost, Buzzball Cocktails would not be possible without them. They're my primary sponsor for this year, and hoping to have them back next year. And just thank you to everyone at Toyota Racing and Leaf Falk.
The races she ran, the cars that she ran, moving over to a limited late model this year without running really anything else on asphalt. Yeah. It's pretty impressive to watch what she's done.
Yeah, I didn't see the race, but I checked Race Monitor that afternoon, and they had 17 or 18 cars in the limited class. So yeah, that's definitely impressive.
It was impressive. It was impressive to the way she won it. I mean, it was a late restart, and she had to fend off the field pretty much. So, and we absolutely appreciate MPM Marketing for helping us out, making interviews like that possible. We love it. So appreciate them. All right, so we kind of got a late start, like I said, because it was pouring down rain like so hard that we could not even hear in here. Mm-hmm. It was. I told Connor, I said, make sure to pull all the way up so you don't have to wade through the lake out there. I think he thought I was playing.
No, I've seen some. I didn't think it'd be that bad. Yeah, I will admit that. I have seen some standing water, but that's. I think we could put a boat out there and.
I'm pretty sure.
Drop a line. I think.
I told him I was going to start charging people to fish out there because it's rough.
Yeah.
We had what was it? Hurricane Debbie, Tropical Storm Debbie, whatever, Little Debbie, Big Deborah, whatever it was. I don't know. Roll through last week. It felt like it lasted forever. I think it started Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ran through Thursday pretty much, and was still raining Friday, and it just dumped water. At least over here at my mom and dad's house.
Yeah, we got a decent amount. Not as much as we thought, but still a lot of rain for sure. With already a lot of rain we had, so
that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad it didn't get y'all too bad. Glad it didn't
knock power out.
Yeah,
it flickered a couple times, but it held on for us.
I didn't have to work on Thursday. They called us off. They were like, I'll stay home. I guess they thought it was going to be worse than it was, and it was not, which, good thing. So I got to spend a little more time on iRacing, which is something I had not done in quite a while. Wow. Matt said 13 inches in Lake City. Really? Wow. That's a lot. I think there's that much over here, though. I really do.
I think there is right now in the yard.
I think it just rained another 7 just a few minutes ago. It sounded like it anyway. So, yeah, that's all we really dealt with around here. Yeah. Didn't really have much going on. Sat around.
Did your air show, I saw you said it had a new date.
Yeah, Rise Aero. We were supposed to be over there taking the cars, one of my good sponsors. And they changed the date just because, obviously, runways and all are fine, but out there in the grass where you'd have to do everything, it was just probably, a mud bog. Mm-hmm. So that changed to the 24th, I believe it is. So everybody, as I said last week, if you're in the area, come on out to the Hartsville Airport on August the 24th, and we'll be out there with the Legend car, hopefully. We had a late model out there and everything. Sorry for you guys on Facebook I think YouTube might have quit, but just letting y'all know, the weather was I think it had us going in and out over here, so sorry if it's going in and out. Maybe I'll be able to watch the replay. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, what you had going on?
Not really, not much at all this week. We kind of just reined in pretty much, and messed around some iRacing as well, and just kind of took it easy for this week.
I think last week we talked about our league that we run on Tuesday night. We talked about it for a minute. I've just been having issues with tire wear on it, and I told Connor the other night, I said, I think I might have finally figured out part of my problem anyway. I'm not saying it's all of it. I don't know. But if anybody else has this issue, I just don't spend enough time on iRacing. No, I used to a long time ago, but I don't spend enough time on it now. I spend time on it, but not near as much as some people do.
Oh, yeah.
I think I tried to keep too quick of a steering box on it, which is I run try to run same size steering box as I have in my real car. That way, I kind of feel some similarities. And I don't think it works on iRacing. I think it was eating up my right front tire.
Yeah. It's all about that steering angle. If you try to grab that wheel too much, instant, if you slide it at all, it just kills it, I feel like. You can't.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe that was part of it.
Maybe so.
But I don't know. It's weird how you have to drive that car anyway.
It's different. It's different. I usually don't like Southern National for some reason. I don't know why. I don't run good there.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
just I like going to the actual track. I like the track. I just don't run good there for some reason. And I jumped in a hosted race there the other night, and I had Connor's luck, and I finished second by. Mine wasn't as close as yours, but I think I was like 11 1,000ths.
Wow. Don't get much closer than mine. I don't
No, that there is no closer than yours. Connor had one the other night, and every race that he has had a close finish in
real life.
and iRacing, he has not come out on the
Nope.
good end of it yet.
No.
Or this year.
No.
At least this year.
And yeah, it's been terrible, and they've all been really close, and I'll come out the wrong again on all of them. So I don't know what I got to do. I got to start coming off on the high side, I guess, because the bottom side ain't work.
He lost by 1/1000th of a second at Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville Speedway or Fairgrounds.
And that one sucked. 'Cause I actually thought I won that one.
I thought you won it too.
I mean, by the way, I was just looking at the mirror and seeing kind of where our bumpers were. I mean, I think I had them, right up until
I'm pretty sure if there would have been
2 feet in front of the line. I don't think he passed me.
I think if there was another couple feet, because it looked like you got to run. I thought
I beat him out of 4. That's why
Yeah.
I felt confident. And I don't know how, if he sidetracked me or what happened, or if he just got more horsepower. But I don't know. All of a sudden, when I looked down at the relative and it said 001 ahead, I was distraught. But
Brandon's
that's
cheating,
just the
that's
way
all
it
it
is. I
is.
think he might have had the big carburetor on it. I don't know what he did.
Brandon's cheating. That's all it is.
I agree.
We give Brandon a hard time. I always tell him he's cheating. So that was fun. So I probably spent more time on iRacing this past week than I have in the past year. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. But won't you go ahead and throw out? We want to thank our good friends from SRI Performance. As you heard Taylor there just a little while ago, she had to stop by there. She said that was her first time in, and she was just overwhelmed at all the stuff in there. So that's a cool customer feedback or whatever there.
Yeah.
So y'all head over to SRI Performance. Anything you need for your race car, please be sure head over there. If you can go online too, www.sriperformance.com, and pick up anything you need. Fill up that shopping cart online and put in that promo code CBONE10. That's C as in
Chicken.
BONE 10, and get 10% off at time of checkout. Same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. You need to make them cars look good and be all structurally safe and sound. Head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and they'll set you up and get you ready to go and all that fun jazz there. So be sure to head over and see them and get all the specialty materials that you need. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Profab headers and exhaust. Profab headers, they are quality that wins. Guys, I don't care if it's from late models, street stocks, all the way up to NASCAR or IndyCar or NHRA. Profab headers and exhaust are on a lot of cars out there. The majority of them, actually. So y'all head over to Profab headers and exhaust and tell our buddy Andy we sent you. Also, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, guys. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Get all the horsepower you need under your hood. He can hook you up for sure. And they got you. He'll get you going on there. Get some time on his chassis dyno if you need it. But he's got you set up over there. I don't care anything from crate motors on up to big bore supers. He can hook you up for sure. So what's Matt talking about over here?
Yeah, I do want to talk about that, and it might be out of order, but that's something that caught me off guard there. 75 lap
I
race.
didn't see that. When
You
that
did
come
see
out
that?
today?
Oh, yeah, the Sunday race for Legends is going to be
Didn't see
75
that.
laps.
Oh, wow.
I've ran some, decent. I don't run a lot. We don't run a lot of long races, but I've run 75 laps straight in the late model at the New Year's Bash, and that. I was tired, but not too bad. I don't know if I can make a 75 lap.
I know I
Legends race
can't.
around- A 25 lap Legends race around Florida is one of the most exhausting things you can do
I am
in
beat
racing. Yeah.
beat at 25 and what it is, guys, everybody's like, oh, them cars are little. That's the problem. Those cars are everything's so quick in them. The steering's so quick. The movements you have to make are so quick that it wears you out quick. 75
That's
laps.
insane.
Maybe-
I was floored when I saw that.
If Connor says he can fall out of the seat, by God,
I could do it. It's going to be that's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a Legends race that long around
I'll be your
bigger
pit
track.
crew. How about that?
We're going to have to save tires. We're going to have to,
I mean,
whoever's
that's
doing
like
it.
running 3 races.
Yeah. And I mean, Florence chews up the right rear. We might have to come in and switch the right sides at one point.
I got
don't
you.
know. Okay.
I got you. Can we do live pit stops?
They said you could buy 5 tires, so maybe I'll just wait till the last day, and I'll come in and put my 5th tire on. But
trying to think how we can make this work.
I don't know. But a 75 lap Legends race.
It's going to be an interesting.
Especially
Might be some
if it's
strategy
like,
coming out.
yeah,
I think the first half I might just ride around because if you
you'd
can,
have to. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I don't have any cautions. That would suck. There's a lot of cautions. That'd be a long race.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you, just from experience, riding around under caution a lot is worse than racing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but it's terrible.
So I just saw that 75 laps in the Legends car. That's unique. That's gonna be tough.
That's a lot. I don't think
that
I
is a
can.
lot.
I don't think I've seen many of them like that. Matt, you ready for it? I'm just saying, he brought it up, so you ready for it? Are we pit crewing for Connor? Because I don't think you can make it 75 laps either. Oh, fun! That is gonna be good. We can go ahead and we got a race before that over there, 17th. Florence Motor Speedway this weekend will be in action over there. So y'all head out. Legends and Bandoleros will be back in action over there after their summer break, pretty much, from Florence Motor Speedway. So I expect a full pit over there for sure. Y'all head over there. But I can tell you now, been some stuff come out. I've had some talks with some people. There is a lot of exciting things coming up for Labor Day weekend, that race that you're talking about, but even before that at Florence Motor Speedway. Cars Tour, we've talked about on that Friday night. That is the 30th.
Is it 30th? Okay.
30th and 31st is Saturday,
Okay,
then the
yeah.
1st is Sunday.
I knew. 31st.
I have to keep on
Yeah.
figuring it out myself. Thursday, actually, you are going to want to be at the track on the 29th. Practice for the Cars Tour will be the 29th. Everybody's like, why do I want to go to practice? Oh, because it's not just practice that day. There will be what they're calling a pit party. And there's going to be probably some announcements about it. Yours truly may be involved in some of it. And we're going to get some serious details. So being that, I'm just going to go ahead and say, being that we're involved, probably going to be some driver interviews. We may have a live podcast from out there. So we shall see what all happens, and we'll be announcing a lot of stuff after this weekend, after get this race out of the way and gear up towards the Labor Day weekend at Florence Motor Speedway and Darlington Raceway. And
Now Dylan.
yeah, and then we got Dylan on the 2nd on Labor Day. So it will be a weekend full of racing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Whew. Going to be
a lot of racing.
A lot of racing. Going to be some wore out people.
Yeah.
Wore out race cars. So it was announced last week that the Star Super Stock Series will be joining on that Saturday. Obviously, Sunday now, 75 lap legend car for the the Southern Showdown.
Yeah.
So gonna be a lot of stuff going on, and you're not gonna want to miss it. And like I said, Labor Day, Monday, we will be at Dillon Motor Speedway. long as good Lord willing and the creek don't rise no more. I should be there racing myself. I'll probably be over there with y'all at Florence. 'Cause I'm gonna do all this podcast stuff,
Right.
And then I'm gonna let y'all, y'all handle all that racing, and I'll be at Dillon on Monday racing myself. He told me, I don't even want to hear that, Matt. You better come on, get all the racing in you can. So that's going to be a lot of fun that weekend. A lot of racing. If you're in the area and say, there's not no racing goes on, I don't want to hear it that weekend at all.
You'll get caught up. We've had some weeks off, but we're going to get caught up.
We're going to do it all in one weekend. All in one weekend. That's going to be interesting for sure. Before we go into all this NASCAR race, I reckon, let's go ahead and mention our sponsors. Our good friend, we done talked about her one time, but MPM Marketing. Greatly appreciate Tanya over there. She just like today, she makes a lot of interviews possible for us. She's connected with so many teams, but like Lee Falk Racing and development over there, she's right in the trenches with them, doing all kind of stuff for them, and handling a lot of their marketing and everything that she needs to handle for them. And we greatly appreciate it because we can reach. I shot her a text yesterday, actually Sunday. I was like, "Hey, can you use a connection and get Taylor on the show?" She won. She's like, "Give me just a minute." No lie, it was a couple minutes later. She shoots me back a text. She'll be calling you at 6:50. I greatly appreciate it. So that's so nice. But it's not only just that for us, guys. This if you are in this this racing game and you're trying to move up, you got to have a great marketing partner. Someone who knows the game, knows the social media side, knows knows who you need to know. As far as the race teams, the sponsors, just everything. You got to have somebody in your corner, and there's nobody better to have than MPM Marketing. www.marketwithmpm.com. Go check her out, and tell her we sent you over there. Also, Fresh Chef, down all in the Race City area, as I like to call it, everyone. You got Concord, Cornelius, Mooresville, all over there. Just type in Fresh Chef when you're in that Race City area, and you'll find one right around the corner probably. So head up to Fresh Chef. Got daily food and drink specials that you won't want to miss, and they'll hook you up for sure. Also, Dixie Made, guys. When you're coming in town for Labor Day weekend to go to Darlington or go to Florence Motor Speedway or wherever you're going, head over, see our friends at Dixie Made for sure. They'll hook you up. They got some of the best apparel items that you'll find. I mean, it's all the popular stuff that everybody wants today. All the cool T-shirts from head to toe, sunglasses, shorts, pants, all the stuff that these people gearing up for hunting season and duck season. They got all your Drake and Axis waterfowl, all that good stuff. So head over to Dixie Made today. Real quick, let's see if I can not delete something this week. Oh, where's my? Oh, there it is. I clicked on stuff last week and deleted it while we were in the middle of the show. It wasn't good. But want to call out our buddy Skylar Whitfield. Y'all make sure y'all go see him this week. If you're anywhere, obviously between South and North Carolina this week, Max Speed Shop on the 14th there in Charlotte. That'll be a cool one for sure. Murphy's on the Ocean on the 15th. That will be with Route 65 there in North Myrtle Beach. On the 16th, Taco Mundo with Chris Carey in North Myrtle Beach. There, and then 17th, the Lazy Turtle and Grill in Oak Island, North Carolina. And on the 18th, 49th Street Grill, Bar, and Patio there in Oak Island. Any other dates you're looking for, just go check out our buddy there, Skylar Whitfield, at SkylarWhitfield.live. Go check him out. He'll see when he's playing in your area, or come down and go see him. He plays good stuff for sure. Go check out our buddy Skylar Whitfield. All right, so we had NASCAR back.
Yeah, it was back. It was good. I was glad for it.
I was too, but we were on an Olympic break. Did you watch any of the Olympics?
Yeah, a decent amount, I guess.
There was a sport that I didn't know was a sport that has all of a sudden made waves over social media.
The
Olympic
breakdancing?
breakdancing.
Yeah, I heard that.
When did this become a sport?
I don't know. I couldn't believe when they announced this Olympic sport. I don't.
When did it become a sport at
yeah,
all?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey,
I'm not
I
saying.
don't know how you like judge that. I might have watched any of it, but like,
Well, I haven't watched
kind
really.
of subjective. I feel like.
Very much so. I'm not. I didn't watch it necessarily either, but I think everybody has seen the Australian.
Yeah, I think everybody's seen the low
breakdance.
light. Yeah.
What was that? What was that? That's essentially why
yeah.
there's the Olympic break. It's not. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I will catch some things at the Olympics. But I don't think the majority of NASCAR fans are like, man, why's a race got to be on today? I want to watch the Olympics instead. Well, they play that stuff over and over. You can go back and watch it whenever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, or in today's age, you can split screen it and watch a couple apps at a time. You can, watch one on your phone. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a very overlapping audience.
No.
I'd agree.
My thing is, if we got breakdancing in the Olympics now, why don't we have motorsports?
I think it'd be cool.
I do too.
Obviously, you can build cars the exact same in one car, be a little better, but I think it'd just be kind of cool to watch.
Well, did you ever watch? This is
Race
old,
of Champions or whatever.
Rock, Race of Champions. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was just fun to see.
And it was cars that nobody regularly drove hardly.
Volkswagens or whatever they have.
Exactly. So I'm like, why couldn't you do something like that? That would be cool, in my opinion.
I agree.
And take them out on the bicycle track we was talking about, whatever that cycling thing.
Yeah.
Take them out on that.
Well,
for the
like
oval
mini
stuff.
Bristol on there.
Yeah, exactly. Run them on that, and then go back and run them on the BMX course and stuff. Yeah. Make it fun. That I don't get it. I don't understand why that can't be a sport yet. I feel like it's, especially now, with F1 the way it is and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, motor racing is one of the biggest sports.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah. And I get everything that they're doing in the Olympics is, I guess, human driven, I guess you say, or not driven, but propelled, I guess, or there's no engines in anything or nothing electric really. Yeah. So I mean, I get that. I don't know. I still like the Turkish dude shooting.
Yep.
That dude just walked up there and bam. And I think he just turned around, went back home, sat back in his recliner. Yeah. I don't know. He looked like he did not care at all.
No. He was good, though.
Yeah, got silver medal. Just walking up there. Everybody else got all these contraptions on their eyes and everything else. And this dude just walks up and bam.
Free hands it.
I just think it's funny that they went to air guns or something like that. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, they're not a real gun. It's like air pistols. That's what they call it, air pistols now. Where it used to actually be a pistol.
Yeah.
I mean, a real, can't have real pistols anymore. That's for another day, I guess. All right. So, back at Richmond this week. Truck race. Did you watch any truck race?
Yeah, I get most of it.
I did too.
Kind of called it. I said Majeski was going to win it.
I did too.
And it looked good for a while, but I knew he was fast enough that he was.
I was hoping Caden Honeycutt would do all right, and I think he was doing okay. Every time he's been in that truck, he's done okay, and then he got caught up, got spun out, and made his way back up pretty good somewhere. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that for just a second. Into truck since we're already talking about it. Connor Zilic signed with I guess he actually signed with Trackhouse.
Oh, really? Thought it was Junior
He's driving for Junior Motorsports
as a Trackhouse
through
development.
Trackhouse.
Yeah,
Driving the number 88 car.
right.
Justin Martin's got it figured out over there. He's bringing drivers in. I guess probably making some money off sponsors and not really having a car himself. He's,
Yeah.
outsourcing it.
Same thing he did with Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah, exactly.
With, colleague.
And that's another one we can talk about because I don't know, but I think I know where he, because I just saw some stuff the other day, and I don't think he's actually going to a Trackhouse car. But anyway, so in saying that Connor signed in the Junior 88 car, Junior Motorsports 88 car, two things: either somebody else is out because they can only have 4 cars.
Right.
Obviously, somebody's out.
You got to think either Mayer or Brandon Jones.
Yeah, and there's been word about Brandon Jones maybe going back to Gibbs again, but don't know. There's nothing. Mayer really wants a Cup ride. I don't know. I don't think he's ready for a Cup ride.
Anyway. Yeah.
Allgaier's not. No, Allgaier's already signed.
Yeah, I figured he would. Anyway.
Allgaier and who was it? Who else is there? There's Allgaier.
Brandon Jones.
It wasn't Brandon Jones.
Sammy Smith.
Yeah, Sammy Smith's already signed. That's right. So I think it was Brandon Jones and Mayer who have not re-signed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously one of them's out.
Probably.
I don't know. But why is it going to the 88? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Why that car? Sounds like, from what I gathered, it sounded almost like Junior's going to be done with his Xfinity stuff after this race at Bristol.
Oh, Junior's not going.
He even kind of said it about a month or so ago. He said he thinks this might be his last one.
He did running some late model stuff. And,
yeah, he said that's what he said. He said I'm good with running late model stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he hates to. I know he obviously brings a lot of crowd with it, but I'm sure he'd much rather use that 5th car from time to time, or some one of the other guys like Quaffle or something.
But that's what I was fixing to say. So what that tells me is it sounds like there's no room for Carson to move up in the Junior Motorsports unless something else happens. Both of them don't sign. Yeah, 2 of them would not have to sign for Carson to be able to get back in or get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Which really stinks.
Yeah.
It could happen. I mean, it could happen, and
I could see Brandon going. Any other. He's got Menard.
He's got Menard.
He's gonna go somewhere. Mayer's kind of the wild card. I don't know.
I think he's kind of got was it TMC trucking?
Does he?
Backing,
Yeah.
I think. A little bit. I don't know. No, that's Sammy Smith. Mayer's got the Pilot backing, I want to say. I'm not sure. Regardless, it's kind of a little silly season over there. But I'm like, man, I really hope, just for what he's done in Junior's late model, I hope Carson Quapple can get a ride. And, they just didn't. I completely understand that the check is what makes these cars go around the track anymore. But, man, that would stink to, know you went over there, drove the late model for years, got some Xfinity rides, here and there, and done really good every time he's been out so far. So, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, you can go find something somewhere else. We ain't got no room here.
Yeah. I don't know. I think.
I hope that's not the case.
Well, I
don't know.
I feel like they'll probably get Carson in there over the other 2. I don't know.
I hope so.
It'd be interesting to see that. Yeah, that was kind of a surprise. We all kind of assumed that's kind of where Carson was probably going to that.
Yeah.
To and so to add Zilich in there, that that narrows it down a lot. So,
but in saying that, Zilich is a talent.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, he's winning IMSA and
that dude wins everything he gets
else,
in.
Yeah.
So yes, I could see where you would want him in one of your cars for sure. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want a guy who went out there and the only American ever to win the FIA karting challenge, I think is what it's called.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
over
I know.
in
I
Europe.
see him just doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's how he got started racing.
Mm.
Which is really funny because he's from Charlotte, right? NASCAR country.
Yeah.
And yet he started road course racing on karts and ended up going the FIA Formula One route almost. And then once he got so far in it, realized what that took. And it doesn't seem like it's very easy for Americans to do it for some reason. And so he kind of come back and ran the IMSA stuff and got in some of that and got in, made his way to oval stuff and has done phenomenal in it. So I don't know. I can't blame him for putting him in there. So we'll see. See what happens. It'll probably everything will be out here, I know, within the next month probably. We'll see. That'll be interesting to watch and see what happens there. So back to a truck race. Ty Majeski took home the win there at Richmond. I felt like he had that one
Yeah. I mean,
for a while.
he's just so good
Yeah.
in the truck series. On those, throttle control tracks, he's just so good.
He is. So congratulations to Ty Majeski. Cup race. They announced a couple weeks ago Richmond was going to have the option tire that they ran at the All-Star race, wasn't it? Yeah. Available. They was going to give them, I think they said
They had
two
two
sets.
sets of
Two
it,
sets, yeah.
A lot more prevalent this race because of the worn out asphalt.
Right.
I don't think it was a big enough advantage of Wilkesboro to play a big factor. But you saw Suarez put them on and drive to the lead.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead out there before we even really talk about the race in general. I think the soft compound tire, the red tire, I think that just needs to be the tire.
Yeah.
Just because there's fall off.
Yeah. Which I think there was some decent fall off this week
Yeah.
at Richmond. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely something they can look into to try.
I mean, I think it's your only option. I mean, it's the only way to get something going. I mean, but I applaud NASCAR for doing something.
Yeah,
to
I'm
make it
not
happen.
much for the gimmick stuff, but
That's what I was fixing to say.
on one hand though, every other IndyCar F1 all have multiple types of tires, but the short track racing has definitely been struggling. So I didn't mind it in this scenario.
No, I didn't either, but it just feels manufactured.
Yeah,
And it made for comers and goers, as they like to say, and stuff like that. So that was good. I don't know. It was just,
yeah.
I don't know.
I felt it was an okay race, excluding the finish. Just the
Yeah. I'm just
obviously there weren't any cautions.
not the overtime.
Yeah.
We'll just
There weren't
stop
any
there.
weren't any cautions really. But it was kind of a typical Richmond race. You kind of had to take care of your stuff and
super hard to pass. Though, again.
yeah.
And that's kind of typical.
Yeah, I mean
Can
Richmond,
be.
you can't, especially as it gets more wore out. They got to be easy on the right rear. They got to just kind of.
I still just feel like, and I saw it a couple times during the race, especially when, let's say, Austin Dillon was trying to pass Joey Logano the first time. You could see the point at which Joey Logano downshifted, and when he downshifted, just jumped just a little bit,
Yeah.
and could not make a run happen.
Yeah, I think if they could figure out a way to get the shifting out of it, I think that would help a lot.
A ton.
You know.
Ton. I think that's a lot of it for sure. Okay, so it looked like Austin Dillon might have had the car to beat anyway.
Yeah. Lightning struck somehow.
That one car, just the
Yeah.
3 car, not the 8 car by no
No,
means.
but just the fact that it was,
They called it right in the bottle, as they say.
when he went up there and passed Steve Hamlin, I was just,
Just like this.
what
dude's
in the
fast.
world? Yeah. What are we
I'm
watching?
hoping they were just like, let's just try something. What do we have to lose? let's put a conventional on Kyle. Maybe he'll run good. He said, well, let's just try some. I'm just hoping this is what went on.
I hope they figured.
And that's what I
don't
say. And maybe
I unfortunately don't anticipate, much more out of. But Lightning struck that race.
it did.
They
Maybe
had a beast of a car.
maybe they found something.
I hope they did.
I hope they did
Time
too.
will tell. But
I hope they did. I hope, dude. I'm one of the people, especially in the Cup Series. I mean, the more good teams that are out there, the better this racing is going to be.
Yeah.
When you got right now, I feel like you don't have but a handful of cars that you could pretty much say could go out there and win any Sunday. The more you can get that you could say could go out there and win any Sunday, it's going to make it a little better, make it, qualifying more interesting. It's going to make all of that a little, more exciting. Austin Dillon run to the lead, was driving away with it, come down to, I don't know, just a few laps to go.
2 to go.
2 to go.
And it was literally the last lap before the white flag.
And all of a sudden, I thought it was Ricky Stenhouse just went in there and wiped out Ryan Preece originally. Then I look at the replay. Ryan Preece come down from all the way at the top, like Ricky Stenhouse was never there, and just cut right across his nose. I'm like, I don't think his spotter said there was a car inside by no means. I mean, he come from 3 lanes up and just chop. I'm like, what are you doing? Them two guys.
And both of them are wild.
Ryan Preece, I thought used to be I was like, man, if that dude get in a good car, he'd be. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's, especially Stuart Haas in general right now.
Yeah, they haven't been good, but,
Yeah.
he's been, at least Noah and Briscoe are kind of running, and Josh Berry are running good, every now and then, and even they've kind of moved up from 25th to maybe 15th. He's kind of,
That's right.
He hasn't.
No, he has not at all. And I don't know what deal is there. I don't know if he's frustrated because they've been running bad and coming down, and it don't look like he's got a cup seat for next year. Unless there's something we just don't know about. But just from the outside looking in, it does not look like there's one. So I don't know. So that caused a caution. Was going to have a green-white checker. Top whatever car still had a set of reds in their box.
I couldn't believe nobody stayed out. I
couldn't either.
I said, when that happened, I said, Austin Dillon's a sitting duck now. They're just
I
going
did too.
do the opposite of what he did. But, I mean, at least tires were worth enough they had to come and get some.
Exactly. And I still say, if there would have been, on that track, if there would have been, say, 10 cars stay out, 10 cars, I don't think.
Usually I'd say that, but I don't know. The option tire, they were kind of carving through the field with that.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. But 2 laps.
Yeah, 2 laps.
2 laps.
Apparently, I mean, evidently they thought that it was better to go ahead and take tires.
Yeah,
the whole field did. I figure Suarez might stay out to see.
I did too.
Already had his set on.
I think they were pretty much shot.
Yeah,
because you can see him coming.
I mean, everybody's was shot. Yeah,
you could see Suarez coming. I was watching times on it, and I was like, man, he was chopping off there were sometimes he was chopping off 3/4 of a second a lap, and then all of a sudden
going the other way.
Yeah, he got down to he was like a 10th faster a lap. I mean, which is still faster, but
not from 5 seconds back with
not from
3 laps to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then so apparently his tires were worn, and if he would have started on.
He would have been in the way. He'd have been in the way. He just had to been hold on, hope he can make it.
And I don't mind that though. That's the thing. That's the reason I say that soft tire needs to be the tire, because it had that much fall off in it, and there's that strategy to be played. And I don't think you need 2 tires necessarily to make a strategy. I feel like you could, because if Suarez would have went out there, let's just say. He would have went out there on that tire earlier when he got that long run, and he obviously you're not going to know that, but if he just said, "Hey, I feel like there's going to be a caution right here at the end of this race. I'm going to save as hard as I can. I'm just going to ride."
Right, yeah.
And then when that caution comes out, I'm not going in the pits. That could have made her. That'd have been a good strategy, and that could have really been exciting for the race. So that's the reason I say you could do it with just one tire. But okay, so let's get into this part. Green comes out, green white checker. Austin Dillon does not get a good start. I don't know what he was thinking. If it were me,
it's him. But it's also, I mean, Joey Logano, love or hate him, can run 2 laps pretty hard. You know,
he can qualify with the best.
That's
of
what I'm
them.
saying. It was tough.
Yeah, it was going to be tough. But I'm like,
he did get out the box as good as he wanted to.
No, but I'm like, why did you wait so late? Because you got the first of the box. Well, you wait. Well, at that point, when you wait, the box is only so long. Joey Logano knows you've got to go by the second line. So when they get right to the second line, Joey Logano's going. If you look, he was actually a little bit of ahead of him. They probably could go back and say, "Oh, Joey jumped start," if you wanted to do that, but it wasn't close enough to worry about. But
I understand the strategy a little bit. If the box is long, you know if they anticipate you going
right,
but it was one of those things. There haven't been enough restarts for you to say this guy's been going first every time. Now all of a sudden I'm going to wait.
I'd have been about ready to go as soon as the pace car fell off. You know. So anyway, Joey clears him out of 2. Come to the white flag. I saw it in 1. Austin drove as hard as he could into 1 and made up some ground.
Then Joey kind of pulled him off 2, and I was like, yep, it's over. I thought that was it. Yeah, I
thought Austin was going to say, man, this stinks. But
I figured he was going to dive into 3 and just kind of wash up. And
the typical dive.
An attempt at it, but he was too far back to do anything.
No, he did my dive from Southern Nashville the other night.
I couldn't believe he even got to him. I mean,
he essentially pulled a Ross Chastain without using the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he was headed to the wall if he didn't catch the right side of Joey's bumper there.
Yeah, he said he shifted to 5th going in the corner. I'm like, dude. He just didn't slow down at all.
I mean, that was his break.
Phew. So he goes in there, hits Joey, spins Joey out, kind of goes up the track. Denny comes around on the bottom, and he cuts down and catches right rear Denny Hamlin. Denny hits the wall, didn't spin. Denny finished 2nd. Austin wins, if y'all haven't seen it already, and I'm imagining most of y'all have. Yeah. All right, just the whole scenario.
Yeah.
The whole scenario, what's your take on it?
Man, it's obviously very dirty, but really, I mean, the scenario as a whole, it's kind of one of the, don't hate the player, hate the game. I mean, in all honesty, Austin Dillon's season, the whole RCR season has been terrible. It was all riding on that. That was their one chance to win the race.
Yeah.
And, we'll talk about, right or wrong in a minute, but you can't. I mean, I understand why he did it.
I do too.
He's put in a situation where a win matters.
Do not like the win and you're in for that sole reason. Nothing against Austin Dillon, because Austin Dillon had a great day. Austin Dillon, when he has a good car, Austin Dillon can be a good driver.
That was his one saving grace in the whole thing, is that he had the race. It wasn't a usual Austin Dillon stay out or fuel mileage or something win. He actually, he had a fast car, drove up there, and was going to win the race.
I said a few years ago, I think it was when he won the Daytona 500, or it might have been when he won that Coca-Cola 600 or something like that. I said, nothing against Austin Dillon, but I hate that happening, and just like I don't like this happening, because you've essentially wasted a spot in the playoffs if they keep running the way they
like I said,
been. We'll see.
But they were
only time will tell.
What, 30th in points or something?
32nd.
Yeah, something awful.
32nd. And I didn't realize, because used to you had to be in the top 30 of points.
Yeah, I remember that year Kyle Busch had to get back into points after he was out so many races.
Well, now it don't matter. When the whole charter stuff come up, now it's just, it went to win and you're in, no matter where you are in points. And I'm like, this dude's 32nd. There was 37 cars in the race this week, which is a typical race week now. and Martin Truex finished dead last. So this dude was 5 spots from essentially being the last full-time
Yeah.
guy in points, period. But he gets a win, and now he's going to go in the playoffs. Win, I don't know who some of them right there on the cut line right now. I know.
You got Bubba, you got
I think Ross Chastain got
Chastain's
kicked. Ross
there.
Chastain got kicked out
he's
because
on the
of it.
outside now, yeah.
And no, Ross Chastain has not set the world on fire this year, but Ross
He has a much
Chastain's
better
going to be
season.
exactly a much better season than Austin Dillon's had. As bad as Kyle Busch has ran, he's had a better season than Austin Dillon has had. So I just, man, I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it at all. I wish they'd get away from the win you're in. I don't mind, playoffs, fine, whatever. Let's do it.
Time.
Now, I still say that my solution to it is, I don't know if it's a good solution. I don't know if it's a bad solution. Take away the win and you're in. Give more points for winning the race. Okay, but you still had to have a good season for that.
Yeah.
Because monetary, only because, and they may, if it does happen, if there is a penalty, I think the only thing will be because the spotter said, wreck him. And in the time frame that it happened, Austin couldn't even have known where he was. I don't think Denny. I don't necessarily think he per se wrecked Denny on purpose. I think when he thought he was coming down, he was just coming down going door Denny or something like that.
Well, I don't think he just hung a left real hard, but I think once he kind of saw him, he was gonna pass him. He went ahead and said,
he wasn't gonna slow up.
I'll clean you out. So I think the SMT data, which I hate people judging stuff off the SMT data, said he turned left. But
he's turned left. He had to turn left.
I think he did clean him out once he saw he was coming by him. I feel like there should be a penalty. I mean, to be honest, it's the same thing that what they penalized Millington in the car store the other day, just sailing it off in there.
Yep.
I don't think there will be a penalty because I think
My thing is okay, and I'm with you on that. That was my whole thing. Is yes, I know Cars Tour is a complete different entity from NASCAR. I completely get that. But what is the problem? I think we could stop this driving like that and just cleaning somebody out. But what is the problem with going right there? Lane Riggs, a few weeks back, got a 2-lap penalty for rough driving because he did the same thing to a guy. He come in there, hit him in the bumper, spun him out. Said he meant to move him up track. Guy was blocking him. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Rough driving, 2-lap penalty. Why would you not say right then, you are assessed a 2-lap penalty? And I don't know where that would have put him.
In the 20s probably.
Probably in the 20s.
And you can't treat, people say, and I don't like Joey. Joey and Denny are probably one of my 2 least favorite drivers.
Mine too.
In the field. But you can't compare, them. There's a difference between rolling in behind somebody and easing up to the bumper. Maybe they spin out. That's you can't compare every time 2 cars are wrecked for the lead. No. That was obviously a sail it off. You're not finishing this race. But
either I'm going to miss or you're not finishing. There's only 2 options there.
Everybody tries to say well, they didn't penalize such and such for moving somebody. That was different. It was,
and I just don't understand why NASCAR is, and they stood right there. Yep, it stands. Finish stands. Okay, so regardless, he got the win. They're not going to go back and take the win away.
I don't anticipate it at all.
Like I said, I think if there's any penalty, it may be monetarily, and maybe a points penalty, but. What did that really hurt?
I don't think
they don't have any.
I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can say we're going to, fine you this and that for the race, but the finish still stands. That's kind of shoot, I don't care if they do that. If I
It don't
if
make
I
a
take out
difference at
5
that
cars and as long as they'll take my win away.
Exactly. It don't make a difference at that point. And that's what they know is
Yeah.
like, as long as they let this finish stand,
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
the
bonus for getting the playoffs is a lot more than you're going to find me, I'm sure. So.
exactly.
And like we said, I don't think Austin Dillon or anybody in their own volition just goes in there and cleans out 2 cars for the win without some motivation
No.
with the way the system is.
I think, and I've heard Austin Dillon talk after getting wrecked before and stuff, and if he was looking back at that, I think himself, there's no way you could just look at that and say, yeah, that was clean racing.
Yeah, that was just
You
short
can't
track.
do it.
That was just bump and run. That was
Yeah, if I was the winner there, okay, yeah, that's what I got to say. I mean,
yeah.
you can't say, yeah, I meant to go in there and just wipe him out. I was going to win this race because NASCAR's going to penalize you then. Like, man, I tried to get in there and get him
knows
loose.
what you did.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows that's what you did.
I mean, it was 5 car legs back.
It was not a point that I don't know. I mean, I get, like you said, I think this is. I understand it because this is the point that NASCAR has put them in. Now, who I think could get some, and it may be one of them penalties that you hear not talked about or anything, or not publicized or anything else, but maybe Denny Hamlin, because he had some harsh words for NASCAR officiating after the race.
I mean, I agree. If I was Denny or Joey, I'd be calling for a
sure
for that race to get for the win to get taken. I mean, because you pretty much just got dumped coming to the line.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, he pretty much just got cleaned out.
For sure.
And so obviously, yeah, they weren't happy.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all for not being happy. That was, I don't know. I can understand. That's the thing. It stinks. As a race car driver, I guess both of us can. At that level of racing, I can understand both sides. I can understand going for it. I can understand doing what you got to do because your sponsors are counting on you to get in the playoffs. I understand that. And I understand why Denny and Joey are mad.
Yeah.
And I can understand why everybody in the field would be mad at that move.
Right.
So I don't know.
I just couldn't believe it watching it.
Dude, that was
sail down in there. And
people talking about. I saw, and I know you probably saw it, but people putting pictures up of the Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Bristol crash and stuff like that. The last lap, I meant to rattle his cage, stuff like that. And I'm sitting there like, yes, Earnhardt hit him, but if you look at the actual wreck when that happened, Earnhardt bumped him. He didn't dive it down in there from
that's
5.
That's kind of the point I was trying to make. You can't. That's not compared. Those aren't equal.
No,
things,
it's not equal at all. Not equal at all. So I don't know. It's we'll see. We'll see tomorrow, or as this podcast comes out for everybody that's listening on all the streaming platforms. We'll see if they do anything. I don't think there's going to be anything.
I bet. Yeah, no.
That's why I said the only thing I think, if it could, is just because Elton Sawyer was saying, we'll go back and listen to the audio. They already know a spotter was saying, wreck him, wreck him, wreck him. I don't think
That's the least bit of stuff.
I agree.
I don't think. I agree. That's not a good look. I don't think Austin Dillon was acting on the frenzy on the radio.
No.
I don't think he heard that and said, okay, I'm gonna wreck him now.
He didn't have time to react to that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's that's, you might say, if that was before, if he said that coming down the back straightaway,
right,
there would be some questions about it, but
it was really funny though. Did you see the meeting or not the meeting, but the conference afterwards, and Richard Childress
he said it was fake.
He said, "Oh, you can't believe anything you see on the internet and stuff like that." And Bob Proctor played it for him. I don't think that was any of our people, but he said, "But if it was, he did a dang good job." Yeah. I was like, "Golly, ORC, he's something else."
Yeah.
So,
like I said, Austin Dillon's one saving grace was that he was at least the fastest car.
Yes,
and was going to get
I think legitimately
in there.
I think legitimately he should have won the race.
Yes, I would have hated to see him lose.
Yeah,
on a restart because 2 lap cars rate each other.
That's right. Michigan up next. And what you think?
I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see.
Is that a drafting track now?
A little bit. I think the more horsepower would benefit there. I don't think they need much more at Richmond. They already couldn't really get to the gas, but I think there it would probably help.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's just aero. I mean, that's
yeah.
what you do. Well, I guess we'll
More-
just see.
More horsepower, less tire. Still what I say.
Just make them more off throttle time.
Make them drive it. I'd like to say give me a prediction, but I don't have a clue.
No,
What do you think?
I'm hoping Kyle pulls a miracle by. I'm not.
That'd be a
betting
track
on
he could do it on.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. It's always been a Ford track, hadn't it?
It has for some reason.
So I don't know. I
I
think
feel like that's gonna be a Blaney or what else we got? We got Florence Motor Speedway racing this weekend, as we talked about. Y'all come on out to the track if you're in the area. What else?
I don't know. I think we've about
I think that's about it.
covered it.
I think that's about it. I think that's about all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we'd like to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Thank all of our great affiliates and sponsors. Thank Taylor Reimer for hanging out with us for a little while and talking about her day and talking about her racing coming up. And congratulations again to her on the win. And well, we hadn't mentioned it too much. I don't know if anybody's on Facebook because it's been going in and out. But
the internet's been
it's
dropping them.
Yeah, I think we've had some issues. But Sterling, that's Connor's car. The rest of them are Sterling's cars, actually. So appreciate Sterling
Absolutely.
lending us his
Yeah.
collection. He was like, man, I ain't doing nothing with them. He's like, put them up there, and that'd be cool to, have there. I was like, well, I'll keep them
It's
for you.
a colorful set of cars too.
It is.
Some
It is.
iconic cars.
I kind of we got a lot of Earnhardts up there right now, but I was like, man, we got to have Sundrop car up there right now, at least till the car store race at Florence. We got some we can rotate out. That was probably one of my favorite Earnhardt Jr. paint schemes right there. It was just
that is neat.
yeah. We got the old Wrangler car, but it's on a dirt late model down there. Kelly Yarborough, number 11, Holly Farms. Obviously, Connor's 43. Richard Petty, that was the final win car.
200th win, yep.
Yeah. The raced edition too.
Yep.
It's got a tire mark on the side. Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane, Tony Stewart. What we got up there right now. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anybody got anything they want to display up there? Holler at us, and we'll be glad to
Find one of
display some
Dad's
stuff.
old track championship trophies. It's about this tall.
Yeah,
I'll sit up here.
yeah, we'll sit it down there for sure. We'll sit right in the middle. Oh, cool. All right, guys. Well, anyway, like I said, appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. Appreciate Taylor Reimer coming on with us and hanging out today. And appreciate all y'all for sticking it out. Sorry they're on the live streams if it's gone in and out. We've had some weather in the area, and I think our internet is kind of bouncing in and out. So, but anyway, guys, appreciate y'all, and I guess we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.
Anybody know out there what who's on here? Anybody on here? I don't think anybody's on here.
The live all of a sudden dropped from like 5 or 6 to 0.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well,